there's something there's a magnetic force there. I think that's what creates the aurora borealis. So, the northern lights is coming out of something. We can't go there either. That's the thing. It's the same thing. You're on radar. It's heavily guarded. You're not, and it's a smaller circle to get into.
But there's a lot of places that we can't quote unquote go, like
North Korea.
Yeah, like, okay, let's just say there. And it's very hard to go there. So, like, and you said there's no security there. So what's going to happen to you if you really do try to go?
Who said there's no security?
Well, you said there's just signs.
No. You're missing my point. That's Antarctica. I was just talking about the North Pole. But both spots are heavily secured, but you're on radar. They don't. So you will get. You don't need to have a bunch of UN guys with guns around the entire world, like standing there 24/7.
So will something happen to you if you fuck around and find out, and you're like, I'm Naruto rushing it with 100 people over there?
Yes, it's been multiple reports that people have been found missing, turned around, arrested. You know, there's been rumors that people died. I don't know. Here's the thing. The only way to actually know, and this is a lazy answer, but this is still realistic. The only way to find out what's past the 60th parallel, how much land they're hiding, and what's in the north, which I think the north is actually more important for humanity. But the only way to do that is by the millions. It's just got to be by the millions of people. And what better way to raise the awareness than making films about it to draw the interest? It doesn't mean that you have to believe in a flat earth. You should still be like, yeah, man, that's kind of weird. They can't even go check. Like I said in the next level, out of my own mouth, in my own film. I don't want to put myself in films, but I wanted to say it so it's there. Like an oral contract right there. There it is, your agreement. That if I'm wrong, like let me find a way to let me go check. If there's a way we can legally go check, I know it's illegal, but if there's a way humanity can get on board with it so we can actually go check, I'll admit I'm wrong. If I go over there, there's nothing over there, I'll be like, oh, my bad. But all signs point to there is, because the guy, Admiral Byrd, went over there, came back and said there's another continent. So the size of North America with animals and resources and all this shit. And they're like, oh, there is? Okay, they got rid of him 6 months later. Then they start a treaty that we can't go there. Yeah. And then they start NASA to go, you got to focus them to look up.
Hey, someone in the chat room said, didn't Japan just find new islands?
Yeah, Japan just found 7,000 new islands.
And you guys know? And you think there's going to be more land somewhere else? I mean...
We actually just found a new continent as well.
Just got a new fucking DA, and I want to fucking give a round of applause to the fucking DA.
District attorney?
District attorney that has come aboard. Fuck you, Gascon, you piece of shit. Fool. Fucking your stupid radical liberal fucking ways, and let the whole city turn into Gotham City, bro. Yeah. Now we got a DA that is hella hard on fucking crime. He's been fucking known to fucking be like lay down the law in the other places where he's been at.
Or you'll steal a candy bar? 5 years.
And to top it off, that proposition that makes possession of drugs and stealing no longer has to be over $1,000 for you to get jail time. That passed as well. So now motherfuckers that are out there wanting to steal at fucking at Nike, want to fucking steal at Adidas, they don't want to work for shit. It will steal everything but a pair of fucking work boots. Guess what, dog? All those CCTV footage that they've acquired of people. There's been a fucking detective that's been waiting, that's already found out where you live, already has
about getting lost at sea, finding a new piece of land past Antarctica. Okay. They were met by not giants, but bigger people. They called themselves the Iron Republic. So this continent over here that we can't go to right now, people live there. Civilization lives there. It's the 1800s. The guy wrote a book. What he saw in that book can't be denied. You could call the book fake.
Where's this island at?
But apparently it's probably, I would assume, south of the ice wall. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea exactly where he went. He said he got lost at sea and got in, and he was greeted by these people. They were really nice to him, but they were all advanced. And again, if you think the book is fake, that's fine. But what wasn't fake is what was written in the book. Flat screen TVs on their walls. Okay, that's weird. This is 18-something. They're writing flat screen TVs on the wall, hanging. They were describing something that sounds like the internet, but they didn't call it the internet. They were talking about electric cars. They were talking about electric propulsion crafts, right? UFOs based on electrostatics. Everything was free water, free energy. No one was charged for shit. Everything's free. And they didn't want to leave. They ended up coming back to New York and telling their story, and it was published in the Florida magazine in 1902. And again, I always tell people, just read that book, because even if you could read that book and go, yeah, I don't think this is all bullshit. Okay, that's fine. But is it bullshit that they were talking about the things we have today back then in the book? No, I don't think it was bullshit. And I think that all advanced civilizations before us, we're the dumbest. We think we're the best because we have the internet, and we were sold that the internet's cool and new. This shit ain't new, man.
You know that the pyramids have water erosion. You're like, this fool's lying. He's on some
Hey,
fucking.
no, hey,
like,
for,
let's try to
hey, for
dumb it down,
him, he's
yo,
in
like-
denial right now. It's fine. Let
I
him
think
smoke.
he's catching on. I think he's a little. He's like, oh fuck.
I just want to see how
they
they send these. How they.
Do the same thing with Earth from space. Show him. I don't think he's ever done this in his life.
just Earth.
Why would you, right? Why would
Earth
you
from
Google
space.
Earth from space? Why? You already know. You already know. You already saw it on your iPhone.
Are all
when it
those
came out.
real, dog?
Which
I'm
one's real?
asking Earth for space. Why are you not saying it like, yo, this is the one we got?
Which one's your favorite? Which one looks real to you?
Actually, I'm gonna be honest, yo, none of those.
Let me see.
Because they're not. They're not real, dog.
Why not?
Because that old map in the library, kind of think about it, I thought it was always like just old, yo. But you do have a point.
No, the flat Earth map, the Gleason's map. Yeah,
yeah.
that was across. That was
Like
in
that.
every library in the country till I think the 40s or 50s is when they started getting it out.
Who's that? He loves movies. How long has Universal had that for? Before
1920.
Before we even went to the moon, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know how the moon
look,
looked?
Look, we didn't go up to see what we lived on. Just so you know.
Earth, my bad.
Until
Come on.
1969.
No, okay. So and that logo was there before.
1920. It's never changed. They have the continents exactly the same.
But didn't we have philosophers before that already kind of like took an
made
idea?
up stories, man? Those are bullshit stories.
Oh,
That's a Rothschild education I was talking about. 1920 it started.
So all these philosophers that all this
No,
philosophy
your
shit
great
that I
great
took.
grandma was not taught Copernicus, bro. He didn't exist in her time. He wasn't made up yet.
I'm just like, so there was nobody else that had that was studying this shit before.
Yeah, I'm
What were
pretty
we
sure
doing
there was.
before? We were all just kicking it.
No, it was Tartaria. It was giants here. It was buildings that with 8,000 bedrooms in it and one bathroom. Explain that. That's what just came before us. Was
Wait, hold
this
up. Where'd you find that at?
cathedral? What you mean? They're all over. You can go to L.A. San Francisco has more, but everywhere in the world has these giant buildings with gargoyles on top and these fucking doors that are 30 feet tall.
For who? For who?
For who? Who's that? Who was that built for, bro? Like, who's that for? Who?
Why don't we make doors like that no more? Why don't we make doors like that? You never seen the cathedral? I said that like
basketball
fucking-
player.
The only thing that I've ever heard related to that was what is it? The Colorado Airport. What is it?
Oh, he's talking about
That's
that's
think that was the
the
closest
fuck with
Denver.
us. That's the
Denver.
fuck with us. That's the fuck with us. That's to make us look stupid.
That's a honeypot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
But
fall
that
for it.
Dog.
I'm pretty sure they wrote him in the character book around
Right.
that time, though. So you don't know.
Who this
But here's,
for? He's
here's the
on-
thing:
The Son of God, dude.
if the whole world looked like that 200 years ago, every building, how would you feel?
Shit looks beautiful.
It was
man.
balling.
And look
No,
at
but
the
I'm
shit.
saying though, if the whole world was filled with 3,000 foot buildings and 200,
But wasn't that the
doorways-
style though?
No, the style for who? The little dudes on
Like
horse
the
and
like
buggy?
the architecture and shit.
But they want to explode them. Like, hey, let's make this very.
Yeah, like wasn't it like?
Bro, they
I'm pretty sure you have some flat
But
bricks
you're
back there,
convincing people. You're convincing
Ezo.
people that there's a God out there. So
Dog.
these people are easily convinced. So they're gonna try to
Ezo.
bring the best for a higher power. So I
Ezo.
imagine
They did.
they're gonna build a fucking palace looking
Ezo.
thing. They're gonna build like nice
Who's
fucking
they?
windows.
That looks fire.
Wait, who's
Okay,
they?
Whoever believes,
wait up,
whoever
wait up.
believed the fairy
Ezo.
tale that there's
Who
a
was
God.
alive? Who were we told were alive back in those times?
Okay, look.
Human beings on a horse and buggy.
Yeah, E-Zone. You think this is possible right now because we have actual buildings and crates and rigs and shit. This was built when people had horses and crates. Like they said, hey, can you bring that shit over here? I'm like, give me a second. I got to feed my horse. That was their answer to bring shit over here. Is my
Bro,
horse is tired. Give me 5 minutes.
With the World's Fair.
No, I'm saying the World's Fair was them showing off all of their inventions, all their technology before they tore it all down. I mean, think about it. Look at the Chicago fire. That's a world-known fire that everybody knows about. They're taught in school that the whole city burned down. No, they were burning down all the Tartarian buildings. All the other buildings remained. But there's still a few Tartarian buildings left in Chicago.
The Chicago fire one about black people.
No.
No, it had nothing to do with that. I'm sure they'd love for you to think that, though. But
No,
no.
because there was a fire where they was just like, hey, black people are getting
No.
too advanced for
No,
themselves.
that'd be
Let's burn it.
2023 fire in Chicago. That'd be that's something to do
No, it
with
was
that.
one before that. These fools had their own banks and everything, and they were just like,
No, you're talking about Black Wall Street.
yeah.
That's not. You're talking about Oklahoma.
No,
I think
I'm
it's
talking about back
But this
in
is
the
the
day.
same recipe, right? This is the
back
same
in the
recipe.
day.
Yeah, but
Back
this
in the day,
they were
they-
just like, we're gonna burn you guys out.
San Francisco burned up. Every city that has these cathedrals, because their entire city was built with them,
Tulsa.
they took
My
them all
bad,
down.
Tulsa.
Fucking funny, bro.
I translate it for me after.
All right. ¿Por qué los niños Downs no miran fantasmas? Porque son paranormales.
Can I guess what the context of the joke was? It was about children Down syndrome and not normal.
Yeah.
They're paranormal.
Oh, okay.
So like yeah. So in Spanish, it's like the joke is like, hey, why don't Downs children see ghosts? And you know, like in Spanish, like paranormal, like in English, paranormal is like ghost shit, but like in Spanish, paranormal, if you separate it, it's like for normal.
Okay.
Yeah, like so, paranormal is like scary shit. Pero like me using this lighter is paranormal, like it's for normal for me to use it. So it's like for the normal. Yeah.
Okay.
Like turn around, and all of a sudden they sent drones at them.
Yeah, like it's in the ice, and it's like no, don't let nobody through. But these fools were strapped to the T.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Well, dude, you probably didn't watch any of my films because in the next level, we had people that were traveling south. They weren't even necessarily going to Antarctica. They were still traveling south, though. Their boat was traveling south in the middle of the ocean. And here comes a wartime ship, turns around, greets them, says, get the fuck out. And they were like, didn't know what to do. They're like, we're just going that way. And they're like, turn around. And all of a sudden, they sent drones at them. Oh, damn. And this is just a couple dudes in their ship. Like,
Did they film this?
It's in my
Like, do you
film.
think these are real?
You don't
Like, do you
watch my
think?
films, bro.
Like, do you think you think
Yeah, I
these?
was supposed to watch this last
Like,
night.
do you think these are really in the sky? Like those right there. Do you think they're satellites? Do you think that's how we get our internet and we make phone calls? The phone
a
goes
real
up
picture
there
from a camera?
and then comes
Come on,
back
man.
to us. Do you think those are real? Do you think those are right now up in the sky?
Not all of those.
Do you think there's one?
There's probably a couple of them.
Gotta be something
Show
up
me.
in the air, probably
Which
not
one?
passing
Show me.
that.
I've never been, so it's like
I type in satellite. Why would they not show me a real picture of a
where's the
satellite?
real one?
Why would they show me a CGI picture of satellite by satellite? If
All
I type in,
of those
if I type in
CGI.
dog, it shows
Yes.
me a real dog, doesn't it?
Yes.
Then what
If I
makes
type in
these
island,
fake?
huh?
What makes these fake?
They're CGI. You know what CGI is? It's computer. You watch Jurassic Park.
Wait,
and
pull one up
and
big. Just pick one big. Make it big for him.
Hey, how about you
Maybe you
put
can't
satellites, real life?
real. Okay, I'll type in real life satellite.
Real
Yeah,
life.
you gotta-
you
Real
don't type in
life.
Satellites. That's
Yeah,
it.
no, sometimes you gotta dumb it down for Google.
Real life.
Okay.
They're trying to be too
I
futuristic,
just
man,
don't get. I'm like, all right.
Went straight for Australia
Who knows?
for like
Yeah.
a couple hours.
Who knows?
You
That's my
land-
point. I
okay.
think there's more, but it's huh? Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know, man. I've heard that. It's cool. When they do an X-ray of
Wait,
the moon.
can you explain that? I don't know
Yeah,
that
they do
theory.
an X-ray of the moon. So you take a picture of the full moon, okay, and you put it in the Photoshop. You don't got to change anything. It's not about Photoshop. Photoshop's just going to help you get to the results, and you have to invert it. You invert it, so basically you're reversing it, and then you turn it upside down. I don't think that matters. But then you put it into like this X-ray mode where it's like all the white's gone, and then it like reverses the effect, and you see all these continents that look just like ours.
Like close enough.
All of it. Like Africa, North America, it's all the same as the flat Earth
Wouldn't
map.
that make it more of a mirror?
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know.
Like a reflection.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never knew what the moon was anyway. So when people said it was the map of our world, I'm like, I wouldn't doubt that. But for me to put that in one of my films, it's like, come on, man. Like I don't like that's a stretch. I have no. How can I verify that? But it's really cool to look at because when you see the actual etching of these shapes of these, if you call them continents on the moon, it looks just like ours, man. Like it looks, and then of course there's more land. There's more land. So
Like the guys in the submarine.
Probably
they,
were.
they take you somewhere, be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna show you that the Earth's not flat, and then you're dead. Be like, that's what happens when you go check out if the Earth's flat.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's not like I'm not an Alex Jones guy by any stretch of the nature, okay? But I still will admit this about Alex Jones. He actually did try to purchase a trip for Eddie to Bravo so they can go to Antarctica. So because he's in denial of it, he's like, "Oh, we're just gonna go over there and see it. We could go there and travel past the 60th parallel. Come on, are you fucking kidding me? Alex is like, I got money.
His craziest theory just came true.
Yep. Oh, I
That
know.
the frogs turn gay.
The frogs did turn gay.
Everyone bashed him about it. You're shut the fuck up. You're
No, I
crazy.
get that, but
It's
my-
fine for real. Frogs
know.
are turning gay. Frogs are turning gay. Yeah.
Frogs are
Where's
gay.
some? What's that chemical?
I don't know what it's called. but
Azotine. It's
I'm
called
sure that they're
azotine.
putting it in the children's vaccines too, which is why they're chopping their dicks off. So.
All right.
12 times.
That's where like 10 guys go into one store and
that's
grab
what-
everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like they'd seen you wear all those shirts and all this shit, bro. And I guarantee you, bro, motherfuckers are gonna start getting arrested. And me personally, dog, I don't mind it if my tax dollars go to build more prisons to teach people like this a lesson. Because I've already seen it. What happens when they tell me that my tax dollars are gonna go to help the fucking homeless for the last 6 years and nothing happens in California? At this point, people gotta start being held accountable. And hey, bro, if that means seeing another fucking building get built instead of a fucking school, who gives a fuck about this school? Obviously, the youth doesn't. These motherfuckers are dropping out by higher fucking percentages, bro. They don't give a fuck about being smart. So if they don't give a fuck about being smart, fucking let them make stupid choices, bro,
Yep.
and see what happens, bro. Because ain't nobody gonna get by living like fucking monkeys, bro. We live in an organized society, bro. Like this is like we're supposed to be that way,
Yeah,
bro.
we're supposed to off GP.
I love when E-Zone gets fucking passionate, bro. He gets fucking into it. I love
I
it.
feel that way.
No, lights have always been there, man. They have never changed.
He's a-
Your grandma, her grandma, and her grandma all saw the same lights, but yet we're going 4 different motions, traveling billions of miles in space, but we see the same fucking lights every year. I don't.
Izon, what do they want you to believe? Izon, what do they tell you? That we're a ball spinning in the middle of nowhere. We're just a
In a
speck of dust.
in a solar system.
That we mean nothing to the world. We're just an ant. Dude, they want you to think you're no one. Like literally, like that.
Soul lure
Then what are
system.
what are the other planets that you see whenever you go through like
What are the other lights?
no like when you see like land?
Yeah, like through a
You
telescope.
saw land?
Yeah, like when
Can I see it?
when
Pull
you-
it up.
they have pictures of like other
They
planets.
have pictures.
It's all CGI.
Oh my god! Can you pull one up?
Can't you see it in the observatory? I've been there before.
You want to see Mars?
That shit look like it costs a lot of money, bro.
Why don't you find, or the audience, find your favorite picture of Mars?
Which one do you like, Izon?
I'll wait.
Which one of those looks as real as it could be to you?
Which one's real, man?
Give me a video though.
I'll give you a video.
Yo, put one
Videos
through
are
a
worse.
Telescope, though. Put
Trying to
one-
help
put
you
the
out
video
with
through a
pictures. Videos
telescope.
are worse.
You know?
He's a Disney fan. Show him Pluto.
Oh, hold on. What happened to Pluto? It used to be a planet. They said no more.
It was too far, dude.
No.
Look,
Pluto,
look.
the
Dude,
dog Pluto's face is on.
you type in
the
Pluto
planet.
and the fucking Disney character
You
comes
see
on.
the dog. You see the etch of the dog in the planet. Look at the bottom of the planet. It's Pluto, the dog, which came out around the same year. This is all bullshit. They all come. Walt Disney. Walt Disney befriended all of the Nazi traitors that came over. Operation Paperclip. If people want to defend NASA, they're defending Nazi traitors. So good luck with that.
He bought a
And-
good.
No, number one, dinosaur bones in every single
You've
museum.
never found the full one.
No. Dinosaur bones in every single museum in the world. Go walk into your museum with your dinosaur bones and ask any manager there. The employees are not going to know shit. Ask for a manager. The manager will admit to you 99 out of 100 times that no. In this museum, no, there's no real bones here. These are all replicas.
There might be one. They usually tell you, oh, this one's real, and it's just
No, they'll
one.
act like once in a while, they'll be
Yeah.
like, we got some in the back, but like, no, you don't.
They don't have a
fucking
full one. You think you really